So let's talk a little bit about leadership. You're a very seasoned CEO who's helped scale Salesforce and then scaled Zuora. Tell me about one or two key inflection points along the way, maybe some stories or anecdotes that you think could be informative to other tech founders.
Well, I got to tell you, running these businesses, two things. One is it always feels like you're in an inflection point. So one of the things we just talked about at this conference is I came up with a mental model of a climb, if you will, right? We all aspire to build $1 billion revenue business. That's sort of the founder dream, if you will. And so along the journey, that's not a direct path. And so just to put some structure around it, we'll make a claim that at the ones and threes, 1 million, 3 million, 10 million, 30 million, you really hit an inflection point of the company. So the journey is not about a single inflection point. The journey is about a whole series of inflection points. One that was really relevant to us was probably about 100, 150 people at the time. And I realized that, at the time, the culture of the company sounded like it was starting to break down. People weren't really collaborating at the same level that they used to. I struggled with that. And my realization as a leader was really that I had to change. My leadership style, which worked when we were 50 people, was starting to break at 150 people. I had to change how I led my team meetings, how I led my all hands, how I thought about the company. And so my message really to founders is that, hey, look, this job as a founder, being a successful founder leading a company is probably, one of the best environments for personal growth. And in order to do that, you constantly have to morph and change yourself as your company continues to scale.
One of the things we talked about today is whether you need to have an outside facilitator, either for your 360 degrees or maybe an outside executive coach. Is that something you recommend?
I would say that all successful founders that have scaled their businesses that I know and that I talk to all had a coach along the way, because you're moving so fast that you don't really have the time to pause. You have to make the time to pause. A facilitator helps that, just like, having a personal trainer get you to the gym. But more than that, it's hard to see yourself. It's hard to see yourself from the outside. So you can do a 360, but having somebody to work with that says, look, here's what I see in the data. Here's my experience of working with them. Let me explain to you what's going on and how other people see you is really, really important. And the founders that have the vulnerability and the self-awareness and the security, the confidence to take that input are the ones that are able to transform the most.